guys? So the upcoming videos are going to show you an interview with me and my friend Johnathan Logan. He's a good friend of mine. We've been friends literally since I was 13 when I started lifting at the gym. I'm now 22. So we've kind of known each other for a long time. He is the owner of LORAY Athletic Club. I have a lot of respect for him. He's a really nice guy, really business minded, and he's opened a great gym, the first gym of its kind in our area, and he's been very successful with this gym. It is an athletic club. It's not a big corporate gym. He's doing better than a lot of the big commercial gyms around. In fact, he's doing better than most of the commercial gyms around, and he's half the size. In his own words, he's the little guy. They're the little guy, and they're doing better than a lot of the big guys. They've literally went from 0 to 1,000 members this year. They pretty much opened in January, and they're over 1,000 members now. So basically, in a little over half a year, he's went from 0 to 1,000 members and opened this gym. And I know a lot of you guys maybe are thinking about opening a gym, or maybe opening a gym in the next couple of years, or just want to learn about what you have to go through to open a gym and sort of the mindset, how to look at things, where you have to go physically, mentally, financially to open a gym. Especially for those people that maybe don't have a giant following, like someone like Max Shooting or Christian Guzman. It's one thing to have a big following on YouTube and kind of leverage that, which is, you know, what I want to do, honestly. But if you're someone that only has 800 subs on YouTube like me, or doesn't have a YouTube at all and just has a Facebook page and, you know, a couple hundred likes on there, literally, he had a couple hundred likes on a Facebook page, and that's all the social media following that he really had. And he, you know, through just Facebook ads and knowing people and having good relationships and being good at business, went from 0 to 1,000 in a little over 6 months. So without further ado, guys, let me go ahead and take you to the interview. This isn't your general like crazy like question interview. This is a very relaxed, chill interview with a guy that I'm good friends with, that's been good friends with me for a very long time, so it's gonna seem like two friends are talking. So if you're expecting this really intense interview, it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be like two friends are talking, and that is what it is. All love, guys. I'll see you in the interview. Just so you guys know, PS, the interview is gonna be split in 2 separate videos because it's going to be, it's almost 50 minutes long. So I didn't want to have one whole long 50-minute interview drug out. I wanted to have 2 pieces to it so that it was a little bit more digestible for you guys. So the first video is going to be about 22 minutes long, excluding this little clip. Second video is going to be around the same 22-23 minutes long. And if I have any other clips added in, that'll be a little bit extra. But yeah, I'll see you guys at the video. So, how long have we've known each other since I was like
13 to 14.
13, and you were, how old were you?
Well, how old are you now?
I'm 22.
So 9 years ago, I'm 34 now, so 25.
We worked out at Ultimate, and then where did you go after you went to Ultimate?
That's when I opened the first gym.
You had a gym like right after that?
Yeah, so in 2009, in November 2009, I left Bank of America. My group of teammates were displaced, meaning that we're all laid off. So I was already training probably 6 clients in various gyms, so we decided to go ahead and open our first gym. So literally, we found the space, turned in for our permit information the last week in November 2009, and we were open for business the end of the first week in December.
Is that that's the place in Belmont, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the place where then Emily had it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I went down there.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was, like, what all did you have to do to get a gym open, even a small gym? I know it's a small gym.
The biggest thing was going through the city and finding out what kind of permits we needed to be open for business, the type of insurance they required, because for what it's worth, they were already, you know, I was already training, so I already had my certifications in general liability. It's just what the city required. So that was, at the time, a business privilege license, general liability for the actual facility, and then we had to upfit it, you know, to make it, for it to be approved for zoning for the type of business we wanted to put in there. And then the equipment, then you're ready to roll.
And so, what made you kind of want to get into that? What made you want to, like,
Was it something that you had planned all your life?
Oh, my entire life. In all honesty, when I turned 10, my birthday present to myself, my parents took me to the steel mill in downtown Belmont.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go there, and my parents were like, "Oh, you don't need to be there with those gym guys, blah blah blah." So I turned 10, and I got to go for the first time. I was hooked. So my first job, I begged for a job at the YMCA in Belmont. It was at Holy Angels at the time, and at the time we were, on our bicycles. We lived down off Henry Shopper Road, off South Road. We would ride our bikes into town to the YMCA. So I thought I wanted a YMCA, but ultimately I wanted a health club or a gym. That was always the goal. If I won the lottery, I'd open a gym. I was working toward retirement to open a gym. But we'd work and save and save and save to open a gym. So it was always just a matter of time. The how wasn't really, we didn't know, my wife and I, or the when. So with Bank of America, it just posed a good opportunity to leave the bank and do something else. So we pooled all of our resources. My sisters invested in me. They wouldn't even let me pay them back, but they gave me some money. Okay. And I pooled my retirement, 401k, emptied our savings, and then opened the gym. Hit the ground running. So we grew from 6 members to about 50 the first, or 48 the first 6 months.
First 6 months?
Mm-hmm. It was just me training there.
That was your first, that was a little gym.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then we were there from November 2009 until October 31st, 2015. So we left there with 138 clients and 4 trainers, including myself.
So you went to the steel mill?
Oh yeah. Well, I got to go there for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I never had a membership, never got to work out there. I just knew I wanted to be in there.
I was like born there, basically.
Oh yeah, I know. Small world.
Did you ever see me when I was like 3, crawling around with the dumbbells?
I went there one time. Again, so I went there January 14th or 15th, in like 91 or 92.
Yeah.
So I always saw it. Always wanted to go in there. I've always been a gym guy. I don't like the term gym rat, but always been a gym guy. No, not at all. So
we both kind of grew up in that. Like I was 4 years old and they're curling 5-pound dumbbells.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that you came up with that.
Oh yeah. So and you see my boys in here now.
Yeah.
Gabriel and Jonah, they're just they're poised to be gym rats as well. So I know, what do you want to do today? Oh, we gotta go to the gym. So I love it.
So as far as the design goes, it's different. It's really different. It's not like a lot of the gyms around here are more commercial, more corporate. They feel more straight edged. How did you come up with that?
Well, in all honesty, I designed this space to be functional, meaning I wanted to be able to invite general membership, private personal training, traditional personal training, and any kind of boot camp class or yoga class, any hour of the day. So the space that you see is a byproduct of the functionality of it. So us needing to have the different spaces for us to be able to train. It ended up being very, very inviting with the turf, as well as with just the positioning of the pool and everything. But again, it was a byproduct of functionality. It ended up being pretty, but that wasn't the reason of the design.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
So, and we wanted something a little different. So, to be very inviting to anybody that could come in, whether you be a fitness professional like yourself, a retiree, or anybody. We just wanted it inviting, not intimidating, but at the same time, the people that are very hardcore, we wanted them to have a home here too.
You don't see that a lot. You kind of see a commercial gym that either doesn't like the hardcore people,
right,
or more of a very, very niche gym where you only see the hardcore people. But usually those type of niche gyms they like to help people get going. People just don't. It's not marketed that way, so it doesn't invite in the people that aren't real serious at the time. They're not marketed to be able to get into that mindset, because it's all the serious people in there that are powerlifters and bodybuilders. But this gym somehow has a lot of powerlifters, bodybuilders, Olympic lifters, weightlifters. But then you see people that are just beginning, and it doesn't feel like they're being pushed away.
You got it. Yeah. So that's, and even I've got some folks that are recently retired that come in and take advantage of the circuit and walk on the treadmills, which is fine. But I think the environment is conducive of positive results. So whether your goal is to come in here 3 times a week and do something, or if you're prepping for a contest or a show, you can find home here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you get the funds to start? Was it more investors? You said that you had your family invested in a little bit? Or
Well, my sisters, both of my sisters actually invested with me back in 2009. So this project was the first time stepping up kind of on my own. We've always been really good savers, obviously. You have to be when you're a small business owner, because you never know. I read an article a few years back that said every small business, no matter the size, every business out there is the right situation from closing. So we had a good opportunity to come in to be the first commercial space. So we negotiated with the developers and the owners of the mill in our favor. So we created a very, very favorable contract for us to be here and be the first people here. So,
were they looking for a gym?
Well, initially I came on as a consultant. They wanted me to build a small gym for the residents, because we do have 189 apartments that phase 2 will push that number up to 296 apartments. So they wanted me to build a small gym for them. But when we talked about the space and the other commercial spaces moving in, with the brewery and the salon and everything else, I felt like this was a very, very good opportunity for a large gym with general membership. So we could cater to the residents, but cater to this community as well. The biggest lure for this project was being a part of an organization and part of a project that was going to help change all of West Gastonia, not just open a new gym,
Yeah.
Because my wife and I want to benefit our community for being here and having a business here, not just open a gym wherever it's, I guess the demographic allows.
Honestly, I was wanting to get the heck out of Gastonia until LORAY. I even knew it existed.
Oh yeah.
When I had the sort of broke apart from Gold's, a day later I was looking for a gym, and I found out my mom actually told me about LORAY, just the apartment complex, and there was a gym here, but it was an apartment complex, so I didn't really think a lot about it. It was an apartment complex with a gym.
Right.
She was like, just go down there. We'll go down there. And I got here and I was like, there's chalk and bumper. What is going on? This is an apartment complex
Right.
with a gym with bumper plates and chalk. And ever since I found out about this apartment complex and the gym and everything that's going on here, it's awesome what they're doing with the West End of Gastonia.
Absolutely.
I was wanting to move to Charlotte, and now I like this place.
And I think what you'll see, there's another big development coming from the airport down to the Catawba River in Belmont. It's about 1,300 acres. So homes, businesses, restaurants. I think you'll see people moving to this area.
I've seen it a lot.
Yeah, so our demographic is 25 to 35-year-old young professionals, and they're working in Charlotte, but they're living here. People think it's a world away, but it's 20 minutes away.
No,
yeah. You can drive 20 minutes in Charlotte. You know? So it's an amazing project. So we're happy to be involved with it.
I worked in Charlotte for almost 4 years.
Okay.
So I drove from right down the road from here, which my dad lives right now. I'm staying with him. I drove all the way out to Tuckasegee Road. And I worked with, there's a guy, you probably know him, Odell Pope. I worked for his moving company for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Probably built a lot of muscle picking up the refrigerators every day.
Oh, yeah.
It was a tough labor job.
He's an awesome guy.
He's a really nice guy. So that job that you had before, you were working at a bank?
Yeah, I was actually a senior portfolio officer with Bank of America. We work with at-risk small businesses, meaning that they had a relationship with the bank and something had changed with their business that flagged them to be at risk, whether it be a fast increase in their line of credit, or their missed payments on loans or credit cards. Something flagged them for them to come to our area. So we would call them and discuss getting them back on track with their relationship with the bank, and then other opportunities for the business to expand, change, whatever. So I really enjoyed my time in corporate America. It wasn't for me, but it was beneficial to the big picture. I really feel like life is a series of events that are preparing you for what's next. So, it's not really any good or any bad, it's just preparation. So on your best day, it's preparing you for an even better day. On your worst day, it's preparing you for an even better day. So, you know, out of college, I worked at Freightliner, and I always tell everybody I learned how to work at Freightliner. I learned about efficiency and teamwork and being good at what your role is and how important that is to the rest of the team. Then I got into sales. I worked for Ford Motor Company.
Me too, actually.
And then I did sales for True Green, and then from True Green I went to Bank of America. So I did part-time personal training the entire time, all through college. It was always a slow progression to this. I just didn't know how this was going to happen.
I have a really similar story. I worked for Odell. That was really hard labor. And I got into car sales. Kind of like that. I just didn't like the way everything went about. So I did that for a while. Then I went into HH Reg for a while and did tech sales because I really liked technology. The whole time I was working on cinematography. I've always loved cameras and filming and acting and all that sort of stuff. And I was coaching people online a little bit. And I've been doing all that stuff since I was 14. I never stopped. There were times where I'd be doing that more and have a smaller part-time job, and then there'd be times where I have a full-time job at Kickoff and Ford, and I couldn't do as much. But I've kind of stayed doing that. You know, I had to save up a lot too. I saved up about $5,000, and then I had some money in my checking. And then earlier this year, I quit that job, and I've almost blown through all of my savings. But me and my business partner, we're about to launch our fitness program in a couple of weeks. So.
That's exciting.
And hopefully that's gonna, you know, I'm at that point. I'm sure you've had this point, but you saved up all this time, and then you took the risk, and then you're right here where you're almost out of money. But the big payoff could happen in like a week, or it could not.
That's like right now. I mean, come on. You know, we're rocking and rolling. I couldn't be happier, but it takes what it takes to make this successful. And you're right. The tough part is getting to that. You know, the very tip top of that hill, and as soon as you crest over, you're good to go. But you know, so many times you get right there. So many people quit before they even get to that point. But you know, it's all worth it. It's always been pushing to get to this point, and thank goodness I have an amazing team surrounding me that we're gonna make it work. Oh yeah.
So that job that you had, was it marketing at all?
No. We basically were there to assist small businesses to help them stay in business and have a more positive relationship with the bank. So it was the sales aspect was getting them to understand the products we were offering and solutions we were offering were beneficial to them, but not really anymore. You're marketing yourself, obviously. That's just building customer relationships.
You did pretty good with this, Jim. How'd you know all this stuff about marketing with my kids and stuff?
I read a lot.
You do?
I try to read a book a week. It's just, I feel like there's been so many people that have come before us in this world and written about their experiences. There's not much that we're going to go through we can't look up and read about.
It's nice to have met someone that actually, I've never met anybody that probably reads as much as me and some of my friends do. You read, you listen to any of Gary Vaynerchuk stuff?
Oh yeah. I'm a big Gary V fan. So I bought his book back in May, his last book. Read that was my book that week. I watch his, it's not the TED Talk, but I watch his, it's not really his YouTube channel, but anything he posts comes on Facebook.
I know you saw his interview with Mike Rashid.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. He's intense. But I mean, he's telling the truth though. You know, the biggest thing is always putting those thoughts and plans into action. So, you know, you don't know how many times you do training as well, so I know you've heard it, but people say, I'm not in good enough shape for you to train me. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Well, I want to join the gym, but I need to lose about 15 or 20 more pounds before I come join the gym. So like, you know, or my buddies that want to start a business, and they're like, man, I'm working on my business plan, doing this, and that's a part of it. Yeah. But in all actuality, as long as you've met the passion and purpose together, that's all you need.
You have to bite the bullet and just do it. Whatever equipment you have, whatever circumstances you have. It's scary to do that.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. But you're not going to have fun in anything that doesn't have a little bit of risk involved with
I
it.
think a lot of people like read about the law of attraction, read The Secret, and just kind of like try to think everything into action, and then I actually do a lot.
Oh yeah.
And then after a while, that kind of just fades away, and they go back and
I was training one of my clients yesterday, and she's telling me about her wanting a new job. And I want a new job. I've been praying for this new job. I've written it on my vision board. I'm doing this. I said, okay, well, where have you applied? I said, well, I hadn't. What I'm doing is, I'm like, you hadn't applied anywhere? Yeah. It's like, having the vision, having the mindset, the positive thinking around an idea, around an action is great, and that's a big part of it. But you're right, you have to take the step to do it too. You have to. Whatever it is. And it's scary. It's tough. It's hard. It can be. But challenges are all around us. We typically get so comfortable in day-to-day life, we don't recognize the challenges, right? So when we're faced with a challenge or a new challenge, it's scary. But it shouldn't scare you. It's just like anything else.
How did you get your first 100 members?
I brought them with me.
You brought them with you?
Yeah. So I really thought that we would lose 50, 60, 70% of our membership from Belmont because it is a 10-mile difference in commute. But no, we have an amazing group of clients and members in Belmont, and thankfully we've only added to that. So it's, we have a lot of people that we've built relationships with that took the plunge with us to come over here. And we couldn't have done it without them. I'm literally thankful to every single person that walks through that door and gives us the opportunity to train them, to work with them, to use the facility. Because there are other options.
Yeah.
But no, we brought them with us. Yeah.
So you started out with around 100. Right
about 100. So
January?
yes and no. We transitioned over from Belmont to here. We were initially in a space out in the hallway because our construction wasn't finished. We were delayed about 9 weeks. So when we were poised to be opened October 1st of last year, we didn't open until the second week in December. And that was just accepting our clients from Belmont. So not only did they come with us, they basically took 6 weeks off and still came with us, allowing us to train them in the hallway. Carolina Fitness Equipment did a great job, and they brought us some equipment for us to use before our space was ready. And then we had our grand opening January 2nd. Yeah.
So it's been, how long has it been since it's been open now?
So right at 9 months.
9 months.
So 9 months and 3 days.
So where are you, as far as members, where did you go from there until now?
So we've added about 900 more members.
You've added 900?
We're right at 1,000 members.
You're at 1,000?
Yeah.
I think that's more than Gold's and then corporate. That's amazing.
Again, we couldn't be happier. We couldn't be, it's a group effort. We have to put our best foot forward in providing a space that's clean, that's usable, that's functional, but we're met with great clients. So, we couldn't do it without them, they couldn't do it without us. They're betting on the little guy, we're the little guy. We're a small, for what it's worth, we're a small, privately owned, family owned gym. So they come in here and, see us tailors out here sweeping now, but we're working out in here, training in here, and it just changes the environment. If you, as long as we've known each other, if you knew that I owned this gym and I never was here, it wouldn't rub you the wrong way, but you have a certain way about it,
Yeah.
But at the same time, you come in, you're like, at any point you come in during the day, we're in here banging and clanging just like you, and it adds to the family dynamic. I'm always hesitant to bring my boys in here, but when I bring them in, everybody's happy to see them, people are talking to them, high-fiving them. So I want them to grow up in that kind of positive environment. But just like I'm giving it to them, I'm also giving it to you guys. So it's a positive environment for everybody that walks in.
So you went from
basically 0 to 1,000 in what, 8 months, 9 months?
9.
Yeah. So
Now, that does include the residents and everything, but
still,
yeah.
That was a deal that we put together too.
Yeah.
It's really good just because you didn't really have a social media following here, did you? Small?
Live Fit's social media, Live Fit's Facebook had about, several hundred people, I guess, probably close to 1,000. But we were so busy training, we didn't really do any social media stuff, So this is, it's a lot of trial and error, like we were talking about, and it's a lot of reading and research. So it works. we have to have and build a social media presence for our people, if for no other reason to relay information. But from there, it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook are all these great free platforms for us to push out content and to build relationships with people that I might not get to build a relationship with face to face. So I have plenty of gym members that I see and communicate with on Facebook that I may not see or want to interrupt them during their workout. So I see people, oh man, I had a killer leg workout. I can tell you good job, even if I missed, I think it just stopped. Yeah, even if I missed, the other part. So it really allows us to have an open line of communication 24 hours a day. So if there's an issue, someone is having an issue with something and they post on Facebook, I can help correct it or offer some sort of solution. But that's the biggest thing, having an open line of communication. Everybody has my phone number. I want them to. So if there's an issue, call or text me. My team does a great job at handling everything. I don't need to be here. They don't need me here.
Yeah.
But I like being here, and I hope that they like being here as well. So a lot of times you'll see 4 or 5 of us at the desk. There's only 1 or 2 actually working. Other people are just hanging out and they're just working or working out.